Shalom, shalom. Call hello, Yahweh Bashim Shai Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, the 144,000, and the scattered elect. To you I say shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you another lesson. And usually on Saturdays, I'm teaching with these camps right here, these two camps. But I was actually out south with a Raulas camp. Hey, shalom, brother. I'm doing a lesson right now. Yeah, shalom, brother. I'm doing a lesson right now. Let me get back at you. No, I'm not, brother. All right, shalom. Salakia. And but yeah, normally I'm out teaching with these brothers, and but I was teaching with another camp today. Got a tooth issue, so I was kind of out of it today. Had to wait, on the dentist and all that. And hopefully I get in Monday or Tuesday and get this issue taken care of. But hey, these brothers had I was listening in to their camp, and it was a great camp. And the brothers, really got real manly and aggressive, which is actually how the prophets of the Lord are to be. All right. As a matter of fact, let me get a couple scriptures. This is because all these guys who want to be popular, and the truth is not going to be popular. The truth is very uncomfortable. All right. The truth is very uncomfortable when you're hearing it, especially when you're wicked as hell or you need correction. All right. But the first scripture I'm going to grab is Jeremiah 3:15. All right, because people have a very misconstrued Western, soft, unmanly, notion or thought process of what a man of the Lord is supposed to be like, But this is Jeremiah 3:15, and it reads, "And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding." And all knowledge and understanding comes rough, rugged, and raw. Doesn't always, come. In matter of fact, and I'm looking at a couple of these brothers camp twice because some of them actually camp with me. But it just go to show you how manly they are, man. They just want to be around the brothers and do this work, But true men of the Lord are not going to come like Bishop Bacon. They're not going to come all soft with soft-spoken words. And, and people just get all basically they pussy start hurting. When the men of the Lord might drop a F-bomb or use a rude speech or something like that. All right? But that's okay because you know what? Matter of fact, let's go to Luke 6:26. I believe it is, yeah. And it reads, "Warn to you when men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets," and they still do it to these days, to this day, right? They still do it now. They speak well of Bishop Bacon, Pastor Porkchop, Pope Pedophile. They speak very well of them. All right, they speak well of men that ride in on horses, that change up the doctrine. They speak well of them. Men that are ashamed of what the gospel really says, especially when it and lie and fabricate stories when it comes to the whole grape issue. All right, men who who twist and turn the truth and slander other men's names just to try to make a name for themselves. No, the men of the Great Millstone are the most hated in all Israel. But that's according to the Bible, that is how the men of the Lord are going to be. Because why? Israel is, we don't deserve the mercy that we're promised. All right, we really don't. And Israel is inherently wicked and just love the world and love their enemies and want to always please and appease those who hate them, those who bear that rule over them. Why? Because they're not really men. They want to follow women pastors and all kind of madness. All right, you got to show yourself approved, show yourself a man. That's what King David told Solomon when Solomon was to be king, when he was to be crowned the king. Told him to, to follow Yahweh, roughly paraphrase, and to show himself a man. All right? And real men are rough and toxic. And that don't mean that they're toxic and wicked. Manliness can be toxic sometimes. And manliness is often needed. All right? This is Ezekiel 34 and 31, and it reads, "And ye, my flock, the flock of my pastor, are men. And I am your power, saith the Lord power." All right? So that the flock of the Lord is men. It's not women. All right, and not these soft, effeminate, woman pleasing doctrines either. Trying to give that soft doctrine that's appeasing so that they can receive favor and get that money. No one spends money in America like women. All right. So if you got a woman-friendly doctrine, because guess what? The Bible is not really friendly toward women, especially women being in positions of power, because the Bible insists on the order and calls out the order. I remember I was having a conversation with the Eastern European woman, a feminist, and she was complaining about the government, and so was I. Our conversation, but then my conversation was scriptural. Her conversation was worldly, and her conversation was without salt, not seasoned. And when she noticed that I believed in the Bible and was using the Bible as a reference, she literally said, "No, please, no Bible. I don't want to deal with the Bible, because the Bible is a book of patriarchy, and the Bible, a woman has no place in the Bible. A woman doesn't have a voice in the Bible. All right." A woman is a servant in the Bible. And I'm like, well, you're absolutely right. That's the way the Lord set it up. And it doesn't mean that a woman is like a woman is a servant to every damn body. The woman is a servant to her man. All right? As a matter of fact, the word woman literally means servant. Just as the see, Esau's playing with their feet, because it kind of got all weird looking. But just as the word employee means slave. So, so a lot of you, I ain't no slave. Well, you're an employee. That means that you are a slave. That's literally what the word, the root meaning of the word. Just like the root meaning of woman is servant. And she's not a servant to everyone. She's a servant to her man. First, she's a servant to her father. And then when her father, gives her to her husband, now she's a servant to her husband. That's the way it works. All right. But nevertheless, staying on the topic of men being the men of the Lord. And just because, every now and then we might cuss somebody out for saying or doing something stupid, the Christians, they have no idea that a cuss word is not a sin. All right. And they don't understand the difference between a cuss word and a curse. All right. A curse is literally when someone curses you in prayer, when they pray something against you in the name of the Father and the Son. All right, that's a curse. Saying shit, fuck, or damn is not a curse. It's just rude speech, and the prophets use rude speech. The Lord and the 12 use rude speech. All right, a lot of the things that they were saying in their day and their time were what you would call cuss words today, calling someone a viper and a dog. Right, and it even tells you in the Bible that and I think it's the book of Sirach, that a female dog is a bitch. So when they called you a dog, they were literally calling you a bitch in their terminology in that term, and they're doing that time and that day. Facts. All right, but what was more important were they speaking the truth about the doctrine? Were they speaking the truth about what the words are in the Bible? And that's what and. And then, and especially with our people, I can understand why the unlearned heathen can get upset. But why our people get upset? Because they listen to shit, fuck, damn, bitch, whole motherfucker all day long in rap music, in hip-hop music, even some house songs. There was a very popular house track that came out of Chicago called Work That Motherfucker. That was a whole song behind a drum beat. Work that motherfucker. Work that motherfucker. That was the whole damn song. And you out there on the dance floor getting your house on, jacking it up, and all of a sudden, one of the brothers said you got a problem. Just sensitive, soft, and effeminate, man. But this is 2 Corinthians 11:6. And it reads, "But though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge. But we haven't been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things." All right, there it is. I'll read it again. "But though I be rude in speech, yet not in knowledge. But we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things." So there's not a subject matter that we can't talk about, correct, or speak about referring to this Bible. And everything in life that you encounter is written in the Bible. From how to raise a child to even what's to type sex you can have, to type what foods you can eat, how you're supposed to deal with murder, how you're supposed to deal with grape, how you're supposed to deal with thievery, everything is in there. How you're supposed to judge people, everything on how, and that's one of the reasons why the world is failing, because there's no light in them, because let's get that. That's Isaiah 8:20. I'm just, get ready to wrap this up. This wasn't meant to be long. Just the Spirit jumped on me to do this. It says, Isaiah 8:20, "To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them." Meaning no truth, no understanding. All right? And you got to think about it. We live in a society that everything that's godly is not pushed. The opposite is pushed. We literally live in a world where these people that are in control, everything that is good is evil, and everything that is evil is good, and that's what they push. All right. I'm gonna grab one last scripture. All right, because just because they we may speak rudely sometime, that doesn't mean that we're not speaking the truth. All right, and that we don't have the ability to speak to anyone and deal with them on their level. When some thugged out dude comes up, we can speak with them. When some scholarly guy comes up, we can speak with them. Some scholarly woman comes up, we can deal with them. We be like Paul said, "I become all things." All right, but this is Colossians 4:6, and it reads, "Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt." All right. I'm not even playing the sound, but the brother came with a scripture that was seasoned with salt. That was right on point to the whole, to the whole subject matter that they were speaking about. That's speaking with being seasoned with salt, and knowing when to speak and when not to speak. All right, being able to being able to discern the spirit of a person, if you should even continue to speak with them. All right. Once again, Colossians 4:6. "Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man." All right. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, all honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakadash, Wa Abba, Babal, Kwam, Yasharala, Shalom.